5 seconds. Mr. Chairman, sir, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak on the budget. While welcoming the budget for the coming year, I would like to make a few suggestions. The Honorable Minister has tried his level best to see that all the departments get their due shares so that they could implement the schemes drawn up by the government. The first point is, since independence, previous governments have drawn up so many plans and programs for the welfare of the people. There was honest effort in this direction from the government side, but there is no involvement on the part of the public in this regard. For example, I would quote the construction of Janata houses. Out of total number of these houses constructed under the Janata housing scheme, nearly 50% of the houses have fallen down. This is because of a lack of cooperation from the people. Therefore, I urge upon the government to stop this scheme at once. Instead, government can sanction a suitable amount for the construction of these houses to the people who own sites allotted by the government under this scheme. A certificate from the competent authority should be produced by the persons to whom loans have been sanctioned. After completion of the houses, they may be asked to do this work. If we resort to this process, I think we can do good work in the case of Janata housing scheme. Otherwise, whatever we spend under this scheme will go waste and the purpose will not be achieved. Secondly, in the budget, regional backwardness has not been taken into consideration. In some of the taluks and villages, we do not have minimum facilities that are required for the common people. This fact has not been informed to the government by the authorities concerned. The authorities should verify the facilities that are needed in a particular village or taluk and recommend to the government to include that village in the plan and convince the government to allot the required funds for its improvement. This has not been done. The government has not taken into consideration the regional backwardness. The funds to particular areas are being allotted by way of influence and political pressures, even though the taluk is provided with all the amenities required. This practice should be stopped. While allotting funds, the government should take into consideration regional backwardness and allot more funds to those areas for the development works. Thirdly, I would like to submit that during the last 7 years, rural roads in our state have been completely neglected. In my own taluk, proper roads have not been built for transportation. There is no direct link between one village to another. All of them are mud roads and vehicles cannot ply on these roads. Therefore, I suggest to the government to provide funds to take up these works in the year's budget. So far as educational policy is concerned, I would like to state that there is improper planning by the government in opening the educational institutions in our state. In some of the villages, we do not have even primary schools. The authorities are reluctant to open a primary school even though the population of a particular village is more than 2000 or so. With the result, the parents are in no mood to send their children to the schools. In some places, schools are situated at distant places, and the children are not in a position to go to far off places from their villages. Therefore, I urge upon the government to set apart more funds for the purpose of establishing primary schools in villages. So far as forest department is concerned, many crores of rupees have been spent towards plantation purposes. Looking to the number of trees, the money that has been spent up to this is a waste. If this is the way in which we go on spending money, I do not know how we can grow forest and how the government money should be utilized. With these suggestions, I thank you on my behalf and on behalf of my party for giving me an opportunity to take part in the debate. Dear sirs, we received today your letter of 6th March inquiring about the standing of the Bharat Supplies Company, and we are pleased to give you our experience of the company's business with ourselves. The firm consists of three partners, and about 3 years ago, these partners approached us with a view to getting our advice on the type, quality, and amount of stock with which they should commence a proposed new retail business. All the three persons had recently been discharged from the Navy service and were eagerly interested to open a shop in the main shopping center of this city. They proposed to use their savings and the government gratuity as capital to put into the business. We supplied them with the preliminary stock needed and advised them on such matters as shop furniture and the general arrangement of the premises. Consequently, we have been in close touch with them from the time when they commenced business, and they have always traded with us since then. All our accounts have invariably been paid promptly. The orders we have received have been increasing. Last year, they purchased an adjoining shop and extended their premises. They have proved themselves to be good businessmen, and these partners work consistently in their business. We can with confidence recommend them to you as a thoroughly reliable firm, and you need not fear about the payment of your accounts. In fact, we would be prepared to guarantee any credit they may so desire to obtain from you up to 10,000 rupees, provided we receive from them a 4% return on the amount of the guarantee. We shall be pleased to answer any specific enquiries you may wish to make about the firm so far as we can do so. Yours faithfully.